Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and this is VMware Horizon Advanced Training, and this is 13th video in this series. And in this video I'm going to show you how to create automatic desktop pool with linked clone step by step. So in last video we have created Windows 10 master image on our vCenter infrastructure, and by using that Windows 10 enterprise master image we are going to deploy some desktop pool uh, which is going to use linked clone feature for HorizonView. So let's see what is the lab setup in this video. So we have same servers which we are using in last few videos. So the first machine is Win2K12 DC01, which is my Active Directory and DNS server. You can see Active Directory and DNS, and this is Win2K12 DC01, and my domain name is victorinfosol.com. So this is my domain controller, and the second server I have is my vCenter server, which is vCenter 01. So you can see here this is my vCenter 01 server, and let's log into the vCenter web client. So here's the gold image which we have created in our last video. So we are good. The next we have two ESXi host, ESXi 012, which is running our guest operating systems virtual machines. So this is ESXi 01 running ESXi 6.5.0, and this is ESXi 02 also running 6.5.0. So we have one vCenter with two ESXi host, and this one gold virtual machine which we have created in our last video. Next we have our connection server, which is Horizon connection server Win2K12 CS01, which is our HorizonView connection server. So from here you can see this is CS01 and my domain, and on desktop we have a Horizon 7 administration console. So let's open it. So I'm going to log in here, view admin and my password. So this is our HorizonView server, and next we have our View Composer server, which is VC01. So you can see here this is VC01 View Composer server, and if I go to services, here you can see this is running Composer service, View Composer service. So this is our Composer server, and this is also added. If I go to View Servers, View Configuration Servers, and on this vCenter server you can see View Composer setting, and if you go and click on edit, you can see we have standalone View Composer server, and we need to add our domain information here. So I'm going to put my domain information. So you can see it's already added victorinfosol.com, and we have a administrator user. So this is good. So this is our View Composer server setting. So this is the infrastructure which we have in this video. A part of this I have two thin client machine, so which we are using since starting videos. So this is Win7 TH01 and Win7 TH02, and both having HorizonView client installed on these machines. So this is the infrastructure which we have, and now I'm going to create automatic desktop pool. So on a desktop pool I'm going to click on add, and then automatic desktop pool, so click next, and I'm going to select floating. So floating is basically going to be uh, random desktop for users, like it's not going to reserve any desktop for you. Whenever any user is going to log in, it's going to see which machine is available and going to assign that machine to that upcoming user. So I'm going with the floating and click next, and then we need to set up this view composer linked clones, and you can see vCenter server and composer server which is added. So these are the supported feature which is required to be installed. So we are good. Click next, and I'm going to type the name of the pool, so EMP, and same I'm going to type here. So this is going to be display name for my desktop pool identification. So click next, and on the setting you can see all the settings. So most of the setting is going to be a default. If you want to wish, you can change those settings. So I'm going to enable disable this, allow users to choose the protocol, and also I'm going to enable the HTML access. So click next, and now we have a naming pattern here which we need to put. So this is the naming pattern which you can use. So I'm going to use here this VMW and fixed 3. So this is going to be unique number for virtual machine, and I'm going to have maximum 2 virtual machine, and power on machine I'm going to select 2. So both the virtual machine is going to be powered on the same time. So click next, and then disposable file redirection, I'm not going to use this, so do not try redirect disposal file, and click next, and leave the storage policy management default. And now we have a vCenter setting. So what you want to use, so parent VM which you want to use, I'm going to use my Windows 10 Gold, and snapshot, so which we have taken ready for desktop pool. So I'm going to add the snapshot, and then we have a location for this machine. So I'm going to select my data center, and then host or cluster. So I'm going to select my ESXi02 cluster host, and then resource pool. So I'm going to we don't have any resource pool created yet, so it's fine, just select the host name and the data store where we want to put. So I'm going to put here and click OK, and this is some warning message, so this is no problem with that. And now we are good to click next, and I'm not going to use any reclaim VM disk. So this is a view escalation as view storage escalator. If you want to enable, you can go ahead. So this is something which is going to give you some advanced features. So you can read here what is this. So click leave this default. I'm not going to use only another option. So click next. Now we have a guest customization where you want to put the guest computer account. So I'm going to put my guest computer account in my Active Directory under India, under workstation and VDI. So here I'm going to put my computer accounts, which is going to be created by this desktop pool. So click next, and we are good, and I'm going to entitle users after this wizard finish. So click finished, and it's going to pop up one window here for entitle. So I'm going to entitle these users. So I'm going to entitle my domain users. So click OK, and this is cool, and click finish. And now you can see the desktop pool is created, but it's going to take some time to create these two virtual machine which is going to be created. So from now, if I go here, you can see the folder is created, and it's going to wait for some time, and it's going to clone the virtual machine master image, which is Win10 Gold, and then it's going to create two virtual machine. So it's going to take some time. So for now, if we go to Active Directory users and computers here, in the workstation and VDI, we can see we have only one computer account here, which is gold image, and we are going to have two computers account once this desktop deployment is completed successful. So now you can see the two machine is created and its status is provisioning, and if you go to vCenter, you can see it's cloning the virtual machine now. Target this, and this is going to be take some time to clone this virtual machine, and once the clone is completed, it's going to create two virtual machine. You can see the status from provisioning to available, and you are going to get all these details. So, and also you have to make sure here in the entitlements, add the desktop entitlements, and you are going to use your domain users group, and then click next, and which desktop pool you want to entitle. So Win10 employee, so this is finished, and now you can see this is entitled with two desktop groups, so this is good. And now if I go to machines, you can see the provisioning, and if you go to dashboard, you can see here vCenter VMs status is provisioning 2, so this is good. And now if I go to my thin client machine, and if I open a HorizonView client, I'm going to connect to my connection view server, you can see the Windows 10 employee is published, and we can see this, but since the virtual machine is not yet ready, so we are not be able to connect it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the recording for here, and once this deployment is completed and both the machine is ready to use, I'm going to resume from video from there, and I will show how to connect with these two virtual machines from end user thin client or devices. So I'm going to pause the recording here, and once the deployment is completed, I'm going to resume from there. So now you can see both the machine has been deployed, and desktop pool which is associated with, and DNS name, and the host on which running, and the agent version, and it's going to give you the status. Available means it's ready for use, and it's not giving user because it's not currently connected with any user, so we'll see how. And from the dashboard you can see vCenter VMs prepared for use and two available. So I'm going to connect from my thin client machine, and we'll see how we can connect it. So now you can see it's loading, and same I'm going to do from my second thin client machine. So click on OK. So now it's creating local profile on machine, and you can see we are logged in successfully to this machine. And if I go to properties, we can see this is 02, and we have all the application installed which we have installed on our client master image. You can see from here MS Office and all other applications is there. And if I go and close this, and you can see this is also logged in, so we are good, and both the machine is connected with these two users. And if I go here now on my connection view server, and you can see from available it's going to change to connected status. And now if I go to virtual machines, you can see it's going to give the user's name with which user this virtual machine are currently connected. So we are good with this configuration. And so this is how we can create an automatic desktop pool with link clone step by step. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this video, you can always post me on my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.